This Chazar is saying, Chullin Daf Kuf Hey. Rav Asi asked Rabbi Yechanan, how long does one have to wait between eating meat and cheese? Rabbi Yechanan said he does not have to wait at all. We have learned that Rav Chisda said that after eating meat it's also to eat cheese, but after eating cheese it's mutter to eat meat. Rather, Rav Asi asked, how long must one wait between eating cheese and meat? Meaning after eating cheese, it was to that Rabbi Yechanan said he need not wait at all. Rav Acher bar Yosef asked Rav Chisda, what's the halacha with regard to meat stuck between one's teeth? Rav Chisda responded, the pasuk says, Habasar oidenu ben shineim. We see over here that meat stuck between the teeth still has the status of meat. Marukva said, in this respect, I am like vinegar, the son of wine, compared to my father. For if my father ate meat, he would not eat dairy for 24 hours. Whereas me, when I eat meat, I won't eat dairy the same meal, but I will eat it at the next meal. Shmuel said, in this respect, I am like vinegar, the son of wine, compared to my father. But my father would check on his fields twice every day, whereas I only do so once a day. This aligns with Shmuel's statement elsewhere, where he talks of the importance of checking on one's property every day. Abaya once caught a sharecropper trying to steal from him because he would check his properties every day. Rav Asi checked daily, and in doing so came across a small crack in a dam that he had set up, and which was then able to repair before it caused massive damage to his fields. Rav Idi bar Oved, the name of Yisrael bar Ashion, said the washing of the hands before eating, meaning Mayim Rishonim, is a mitzvah. Mayim Achronim is a chiyuv. A Brisa says, Mayim Rishonim and Mayim Achronim are a chiyuv, and the washing of the hands between courses is optional. And for the Gemara, when comparing something that's a mitzvah to something that's optional, the mitzvah is considered to be a chiyuv. The Brisa that we just quoted says, Mayim Rishonim, Mayim Achronim are a chiyuv. Washing the hands between courses is optional. Mayim Rishonim may be poured over the hands into another keli or onto the ground. Mayim Achronim have to be poured into another keli. Some of the version that these waters may not be poured onto the ground. The difference between the versions would be whether it may be poured onto wood chips. According to the first version, this could not be done. According to the second version, it could be done. Mayim Rishonim can be done with hot water or cold water. Mayim Achronim only done with cold water because hot water does not remove the dirt from the fingers. Zakim Ravaiter. Rabbi Yisrael bar Yosef, the name of Rav Yanai, said when the Brisa says that Mayim Rishonim can be done with hot water or cold water, that's only when it's not so hot that it would burn the hand. If it would, it can't be used. Others learn this as being said on the end of the Brisa, where it says that hot water may not be used for Mayim Achronim. It's on that. Rabbi Yisrael bar Yosef, the name of Rav Yanai, said it's only when it's so hot that it would burn the hand. If not, it could be used. This suggests that regarding Mayim Rishonim, even if it's hot enough to burn the hand, it could still be used. Rav Nachman said the washing between courses is only optional between two like dishes, meaning both of meat, both of dairy, but between meat and dairy, this washing would be a chiyuv. Rabbi Yehuda, the son of Rav Chia, said the reason that Mayim Achronim is a chiyuv is because there's melach sadoimis that may be mixed into the salt that the person touched during the meal, and melach sadoimis causes blindness. Therefore, the hands have to be washed to remove any such salt. Abaye said this salt is found in 1 grain per core of regular salt. Rav Acha, the son of Rava, asked Rav Ashi, what if someone measured salt but did not eat? Does he also have to wash his hands? Rav Ashi said he must absolutely wash his hands as well. Abaye said initially I thought the reason why we don't wash Mayim Achronim onto the ground is because the water will become smelly and disgusting from the food. However, Rabbah told me it's because there's an evil spirit that rests on these waters when they're on the ground. Abaye said initially I thought that we don't take anything from the table when a person is drinking because it can cause a person to choke. However, Rabbah told me it's because it can cause the tsar, spirit, to come and harm. Therefore, there are ways to take without causing it to come, and other ways which must be avoided. Abaye said initially I thought the reason we gather the crumbs from the floor is for cleanliness. However, Rabbah told me it's because leaving them on the floor can lead to poverty. There was a person, Dr. Mar, who was being chased by the malach in charge of poverty, but the malach could not gain control over the person because he was extremely careful not to leave crumbs on the floor. He once ate bread over grass, and the malach thought, I'm finally going to be able to get this guy. However, the person took a shovel, dug up the area of the crumbs, and threw it into the river. The malach conceded. He said he had no power over this person. Abaye said initially I thought we don't drink the foam from on top of the liquids because it's considered to be disgusting. However, Rabbah told me it's because the drinking of the foam leads to the karsam illness. The Gemara adds that blowing the foam leads to a head illness, pushing the foam leads to poverty. Rather, one must allow the foam to sink into the liquid. If someone suffers the karsam from drinking the foam of wine, he should drink beer. If it's from the foam of beer, he should drink water. If it's from the foam of water, there's no antidote. This is an example of the saying that poverty follows the poor. Abaye said initially I thought we don't eat vegetables directly from the bundle of the farmer because it makes him look like a ravenous human being. But however, Rabbah told me it's because doing so makes one susceptible to kishuv. We're told a story of a woman who tried unsuccessfully to harm Rav Chisda and Rabbi Rav Huna with kishuv. One of the reasons she didn't have any power over them was because they never ate vegetables directly from the bundle of a farmer. The Gemara continues, and Abaye said, initially I thought we don't eat vegetables that fell off the table because it's disgusting. However, Rabbah told me it causes bad breath. Abaye said, initially I thought that we don't sit under a drain pipe so that water not drip on us. However, Rabbah told me it's because the demons hang out over there. A person once put a barrel of wine under a drain pipe and a demon came and smashed it. The person went to Mar Bar Ashi to sue the demon for the barrel of wine. Mar Bar Ashi blew a shofar to put the demon in cherem. The demon came to him and said, what was I supposed to do? He put the barrel in my ear. Mar Bar Ashi said, you have no business being in a public space and therefore you have to pay. He gave him time to pay, but the demon delayed in coming back to pay. When he came, he explained that he said he's only allowed to take things from Hefker, and therefore it took him a longer time to find money for payment. Abaye said initially I thought that people pour off some water from a pitcher before drinking to pour off any wood splinters that there may be there. However, Rabbi told me it's because there may be bad water, mayim royim, water that a demon drank from, that's floating on top. A demon who worked in the house of Rav Papa delayed in bringing water from the river. He explained that he needed to wait until all the bad water had passed downstream. He then saw the people that they were pouring off some of the water that he brought before drinking it from the pitcher. So the demon said, had I known you do this, I would not have had to wait by the river to bring better water.